Ever had a small cut and just slapped a bandage on it, knowing you'd be fine? Well, just a century ago, that same cut could have been a death sentence. The story of how we conquered that fear is the story of a medical miracle, penicillin. Let's dive into how a bit of mold changed the world forever. It all starts in 1928 with a Scottish scientist named Alexander Fleming. Picture this. He returns from vacation to his lab in London and finds a messy stack of Petri dishes. But in one of them, something incredible is happening. A patch of mold, a bit like you'd find on old bread, was growing. And all around this mold, the bacteria he was studying had been completely wiped out. It was like a tiny, invisible war zone on a glass plate. Fleming realized this mold, a strain called *penicillium*, was producing a bacterial-killing substance. He named it penicillin. But here's the catch. He published his findings, but couldn't figure out how to make enough of it to actually use. For 10 years, this revolutionary discovery just sat on a shelf. Then, as World War II loomed, a team at Oxford University Anschutz, Howard Florey, and Norman Heatley picked up where Fleming left off. Their mission was urgent: purifying penicillin and make it usable. It was incredibly difficult. The substance was unstable, and they needed huge amounts of mold to get just a tiny bit of the drug. They even used bedpans and milk churns to grow the mold. Their first major test was on mice, and the results were stunning. The infected mice treated with penicillin survived. In 1941, they tried it on a human, a policeman with a life-threatening infection. He started to recover miraculously, but then their tiny supply of penicillin ran out, and he tragically died. This proved things. Penicillin worked, and they needed a lot more of it. The war kicked production into high gear. The United States joined the effort, and scientists scoured the globe for a better strain of mold. The breakthrough came from the most unlikely place: a moldy cantaloupe found at a market in Peoria, Illinois. This new strain produced hundreds of times more penicillin. Giant fermentation tanks were built, and by D-Day in 1944, there was enough penicillin to treat all the Allied soldiers. It was a game-changer, drastically reducing deaths from infections and gangrene. In 1945, Fleming, Florey, and Chain were awarded the Nobel Prize. After the war, penicillin became widely available, saving millions of lives from diseases like pneumonia and syphilis. It kicked off for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the history of science. See you next time.